Hi, Gemini. Welcome back to the Spirit's Path. This is Dee, and this is your September horoscope for 2021. And just to recap, this is the year of the ancestor. So everybody's listening to, the beat of the drum, walking their own path, being dedicated to that path by working through the birch trees. Gemini, you started the year out working on your foundation with the Ace of Stones in January, that foundation of life. And then the Knight of Vessels came along in February, and there was some lessons to be learned around that. Trying to keep your emotions in check. Because you wear them on a sleeve in February, and you had to learn that lesson from them. March, there was some frustration setting in with that Five of Arrows, and not being able to hit your mark. April, you were in transition. I felt like this was a transition in career. It could be transition as well in a relationship. May, you were attracting things with that Two of Vessels and attraction. And in June, you were in that manifestation phase. The shaman, with you all in June, just manifesting your heart's desire, whether that's intellect or security or emotions or creativity. July was being fulfilled. In the last 4 months, whatever that transition was, you're fulfilled in the month of July. Okay, you found that balance, you found that harmony, you were on that path. And as a result, in August, you felt reborn. You submersed yourself in the water, and you come out a new person. Okay, and with that being said, let's look what September. By taking that opportunity of being reborn, being rebirthed, and knowing that, with that Eight of Vessels, you've pretty much got a clean slate, so to speak, right? And, with everything, you got that great foundation you set, and you've been in transition, and you're attracting, whatever it is you want to attract. So, let's see, as you're drying off from that rebirth, from that Eight of Vessels, what the month of September will hold for you. And that's a Nine of Vessels in generosity. Okay. Now, the Nine of Vessels, it's towards the end, it's towards completion. Okay. But it's being generous with everything that's around you. All right. Having that generous attitude, that positive spirit. Okay. And, that fits in place with, the manifestation from the shaman and being fulfilled and being reborn, right? You've gone from the Eight of Vessels to the Nine of Vessels. You've taken that next step this month in September. Okay. And, you realize that it's good to be generous with whatever you have for others. It's good to be out there and, not be selfish, but be selfless with that. So let's see what the rest of the month holds out for you. As that's the theme for the month, and we'll look at the 4 weeks, Gemini. So right off the bat, that first week, Gemini, will be represented by the theme of the Ace of Bows, Spark of Life. All right, so Ace is the new beginnings. Bows is, about creativity, about fire, about action. All right, so you're going to be putting something in place this month where you're going to, be generous to others. Maybe with your finances, maybe with your time. Maybe you're teaching somebody or giving tours out for free or doing something that, that allows you, to work on that generosity to the common public. That second week is going to lead into the Blasted Oak, Life Lessons card. Okay, now the thing I like about the Blasted Oak is you've chained yourself or you've tied yourself to this oak tree, and a storm has come and broke that branch off. Okay. And, you've actually burned the bindings off your legs and your hands. And yes, you're going to get hurt by falling. Okay, this is catastrophic change. Okay, but you are now free of the constructs that held you to that tree. So, this month, maybe there's something you should look at within your generous giving that, maybe you go a different path, right? Maybe an organization you donated to in a path doesn't align with your values anymore. all right? Or maybe something happens, this month where, you kind of look at it and say, you know what? I don't need this. I can simplify my life by being generous with my stuff to others. The third week is going to be all about another life lesson card, the Guardian, facing your fears. Okay, so you've had that, 2 weeks in a row now. You had that catastrophic change with the blasted oak. Okay, and now you have to face those fears of the Guardian. And until you do that, you can't get past him. And again, maybe that's just a way of thinking this month. And then you've got the King of Vessels, that Heron, in the fourth week. And, the king knows his kingdom. The king knows, what's going on. All right. This is a king of emotions and psychic opportunities, as well as, water energy. It's flowing energy. Okay. And, the king is very good at, able to perceive others, okay, and how they're, taking care of their emotions and things on that nature. So let's see how this all plays into effect here. So here you are being generous. This is going to be, the theme for the month, and you got the Ace of Bows and the Spark of Life. So maybe you have a new concept, a new idea on where things are going, right? Maybe you're looking at the stuff that you have, whether it's finances or just materialism, however you want to do it. Maybe it's, with vessels, it has to do with emotions, right? Maybe, like I said, at the beginning of this, maybe instead of being selfish, you're selfless. You're giving of yourself. You're giving time, maybe in a teaching role or, giving your time to, show others what's going on. And as a result of, that theme, that first week of September, you're going to, come up with that idea. The Ace is a new beginning. Bows is all about creativity and fire and action. So here you're going to come up with that. Maybe you've had the idea. Here you were reborn last month, and maybe that's what came out. Maybe that's what came out being reborn. You're saying, you know what? I need to do more with my emotions. Okay, to, I feel really happy, and that's the next card after this, right? 10 of Vessels is happiness. And, to reach that 10 of Vessels happiness, I need to let my emotions run free. Okay. I need to go ahead and, be giving to others so I can feel happy. All right. Now with that Ace of Bows, that's a start. That's a start in the right direction, but you have to continue moving with that action plan that you have in place. Now, even though you start with that action plan, it may sound good and look good on paper, okay? But when you start being generous of your time and in your emotions and, try to be selfless, there's going to be some things that are going to catch you off guard, all right? And it's going to knock you off that tree in that blasted oak. Now, again, once that happens, it's an awareness, right? Becoming aware of, I'm no longer chained to this institution. I'm no longer chained to, this set of people. All right. I can go to people and be generous that, appreciate who I am. Okay. In that aspect, you are freeing yourself of those bonds. You are burning away those bonds. And that's a different form of thinking, right? That's that catastrophic change that I was talking about. All right. Just an example. Okay, now this is a general reading for everybody. Let's say, you were generous with your time at church, and you tithed every week. Okay, and then you found out that, okay, maybe something going on with your church doesn't align with your values anymore. That's that catastrophic change that, you just don't agree with it. Okay, so now you're not going to be as generous to that. You're going to find something that's going to be, generous, for your time and for your finances, for your emotional, wherewithal, and that could be, Boys and Girls Club or the YMCA or something like that, where now you start putting that money toward them, okay, to help that out, and that makes you feel better, right? At the same time, that's in the second week. In the third week, you're going to have to, while you're debating all that within yourself, okay, because Gemini, you will debate this, between both selves. all right, you're going to have to come up to that guardian. You're going to have to face the fears, because one side of you wants to do what's right. The other side wants you to hold on to it, okay? And that's that fear of, well, I don't want to give it all, but I want to hold it, and you're going back and forth, right? That third week is, you're going to come, the second and third week of September, you're going to be thinking about that. And you're going to be thinking about how can I be generous with what I have and not give myself away at the same time? How do I go out there and do what I want to do and not be discouraged by what's happening? Because this is uncharted territory for me. Even though I've been knocked out of that tree and I'm free to move, I'm scared. I'm scared to move forward. And until you realize what it is that's holding you back, all right, you can't move forward with that generosity for this month. Okay? So face those fears, face that bear skeleton and say, hey, I've got this. This is the plan that I want to do. And that's what he wants to hear from you, right? Because as soon as you make that decision, then you run into the King of Vessels and that heron. Okay, and he is going to ask you, where is tolerance needed? Where do you need to be more tolerant in your emotions? All right, sure, you face the fears in the third week, but now you have to be tolerant with what you have, with that emotional freedom. How much do I give out? How much do I hold on to? I need to be even tempered. I need to be even keeled, with this Nine of Vessels and this generosity. Okay. And the other thing is, if you give it all away, who's depending on you for support? Right? You can still be generous to your family, in what's happening within your finances or materialism, however you want to look at it. All right? You can still be generous of your support, and helping family out, with your time and with your knowledge and wisdom, right? The emotional aspect. And that's what the King of Vessels, that heron's asking you to do, is, make sure that when you're making your decisions that, they have good meaning, right? And they're not going to put you into an all or nothing mode, right? That, yeah, I can be generous with my time, but I have to take time out for myself as well. And maybe by taking time out for yourself, all right, that allows you to get paid to do what you like to do, right? You're giving off your time and your energy and, maybe, something that's going on out there, but at the same time, you're doing something that you like to do. And that's where that King of Vessels is giving you that advice, giving you that guidance to say, be generous with your time and resources, but also enjoy what you're doing this month in September. All right, Gemini, so there you have it. That's the card of the month for you. The Nine of Vessels and generosity. Hit that like button for me, subscribe to the channel, and share it with others. This is Dee for the Spirit's Path, and we'll talk to you in the month of October. Take care, God bless, and stay safe, everybody.